Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Macrocast, your source for news and entertainment with the minds behind Macro Records. We're your hosts. Oh, no sound effects. I'm Madsen.
I'm Downlow'd.
And welcome to another episode.
Another week, another hour.
Yes.
Another minute of laughter and good times.
We don't have too much to talk about today, so it's definitely...
Oh, there's always a good amount of things to talk about.
Expect a shorter episode than normal.
Bullshit.
Well, I mean, we don't have 2 hours worth of material, bud.
Dude, it's going to be a great, amazing podcast today.
We shall see. Let's talk a little bit...
Why do you just start off the podcast and tell everyone this podcast is going to be short and terrible?
Yeah.
So get ready. You guys just get...
Clench your anuses and get ready.
Make sure your pants are buttoned up and your flies are zipped and...
Let's talk a little bit of macro news. No, stop. You think you're the first person to use that?
Yes.
I've heard it before.
Oh, whatever, dude.
I've heard, specifically, where's the air horn? No Wilhelm screams. It's totally irrelevant.
What is that even used for? That's for, when someone gets shot.
It was used in film a lot back in the day. Like that.
They still use it.
The Wilhelm scream started in no, it doesn't really fly anymore. Like,
yeah,
you don't hear any Wilhelm screams in movies.
They still use it. It's a running gag with sound designers.
I mean, yes. And
there was a thing on Reddit recently.
Video games too.
They use it in all types of media. Mm-hmm. Manners of media.
Let's talk macro news. The track that you heard before this podcast is Mark Rowan, Reincarnation. We've been kind of sitting on this one for a while, so we're glad it's finally gone out to all you lovely people.
Such a great track.
Go pick it up today, exclusively on Beatport. Yes, air horn is appropriate there. I'm feeling it.
I'm glad. Glad you're feeling my sound.
So let's talk some real world news. We were recently told we don't talk about enough news, but don't fret.
No, nudes. We don't talk enough about nudes.
Well, I mean, there's plenty of nudes to talk about.
Okay, let's talk about all. Miley Cyrus was nude recently. Yeah, she's getting more and more naked, dude. What's the deal with
her outfits? Are progressively getting less and less clothing.
She was okay. There was no outfit. I saw the most recent one, and she was painted on. And she's completely nude.
Well, before she was wearing the tutu that she'd force up her butt crack to turn it into a thong.
Force it up her butt.
Yeah,
crack.
You know how it's regular tutu, it's meant to go around,
like an atomic wedgie.
Yeah, it's meant to be on your butt cheeks, but she scrunches it up and yanks it into her.
Have you ever worn a tutu?
No, I'm just
it's meant to be on your butt cheeks. You know what I mean, dude?
Yeah. Totally.
I don't. But no, now she's totally naked. I think it's only a matter of time before Miley releases a sex tape.
Yeah?
It's probably going to happen. I mean, what? You don't think that...
Do you think she'll ever get married?
Yeah.
Do you think she'll...
Probably.
She'll probably cheat on her husband.
Dude, do you know who Bonnie Rodden is?
No.
She's a porn star with a bunch of tattoos. She has spider webs on her tits.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but she's getting married.
I think tatted chicks are sexy, but that
I do too.
That doesn't sound very great.
Dude, she's an AVN winner. So that means that she was one of the most accomplished porn stars 1 year.
That means that she fucked him the best.
Yeah, She got penetrated pretty well, but anyway, so she's getting married, and she's pregnant right now. She's gonna have a baby. So if that girl can get married, and she's had a career in porn, somebody out there is gonna be like, "Fuck yeah, I'd marry the shit out of Miley Cyrus."
Well, this is kind of
Miley Cyrus also has $400 million.
Yeah.
So some guys gonna be like, "Hell yeah, I married that. $400 million, man, I would marry."
Do you think Billy Ray Cyrus is gonna make them sign a prenup?
But I don't think that Billy Ray Cyrus has any say in Miley Cyrus's life.
No, he approves. That's his say.
Yeah, I mean, I think that she probably pays his bills, if anything. The guy,
dude. Okay,
I'm
sure he's got his own money.
I think that he's probably worth $70 million because he's a country star.
I mean, either way, he's worth something because he was able to manage his daughter's career until she was old enough to
to become a
a
degenerate.
Yeah. But speaking, we were talking about people getting married. Have you heard of this website called Ashley Madison?
Is she getting married?
No, what? It's not not based on a person. It's just the name of the website.
No, yeah, I've heard about it. So okay? Tell us the story. Okay, tell me the fucking story.
Okay, first of all, for those of you who don't know, I was trying to make this point 30 seconds ago.
It's a cheater website.
Ashley Madison is a website for people to go and cheat on their spouses.
Go cheat.
Exactly.
Don't cheat on your spouse.
So
wait, sheet.
The sheet. Okay.
People might get the wrong idea about it now. So it's a scat website? What's the deal?
So Avid Life Media.
They own it. They own
the company that owns Ashley Madison.
As well as a few other things.
A few other,
they like Cougar Date or something.
Websites.
Well, no, they have like dating websites, but then Ashley Madison is like one that's its niche is exclusively for like cheating.
Exactly.
And their tagline is like, "Life is short.
Have an affair."
Yeah, have an affair. It's like, dude, why even get fucking married in the first place then? Just to check it off my list. I want to get married and fuck everyone.
So Avid Life Media, who owns Ashley Madison, put out a statement saying that they were hacked. And that many of their records, of people who have used Ashley Madison were compromised. And so the hackers they're threatening that if Avid Life Media does not shut down Ashley Madison, that they are going to release every single piece of data that they stole to the general public.
They already started, didn't they?
I'm not sure, because this story that I'm getting...
This is almost a week old.
Yeah, it's about 5 days old.
So...
This happened at the beginning of the week,
right.
Literally.
Yeah, so... okay, so is Ashley Madison still up and running? Is the website still up and running?
Let's see. I mean, my browser history is not going to like me, but...
Go and have an affair, dude. We're signing Alex up for an account right now. Even though he's not. I don't think you have to be married to use Ashley Madison.
I'm sure you don't. You can. I don't think you have to be married. You just have to find someone else on the site who is married. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that wants to bang.
Yeah, exactly. The website is still up. Over 38 million anonymous members.
Still anonymous. So has there been any news? Like, have they broken any...
Well, okay. Well, first of all...
Maybe it was all bullshit.
Even though there's 38 million members, the hackers only took the information of about 4 million members. So not everything,
They could be important people, though.
True.
So that Flowers, I think it was like 1-800-Flowers or Flowers.com or whatever, did, they had a special called the Ashley Madison, which was like, you would get just a bouquet of flowers that would be like sent to, you know what I mean? In case you were found out for cheating.
Oh, okay. Very clever.
But that's some good business right there.
So, I mean, either way, it seems Ashley Madison is still up, so this wasn't really like a huge story, but still.
No, it is a big story, because I mean, who knows how many people are on there? It's probably like George W. Bush is probably like a...
I doubt it, man.
You don't think so?
I think he's probably... They seem like they're meant for each other. Him and his wife.
Yeah, dude, honestly, they probably like fuck other people like in front of each other.
No, dude, you can't do that once you're the president, man.
He's not the president,
but he's a former president.
Dude,
he still has Secret Service on him.
You think that they don't have like swing? Dude, the White House has probably seen some shit.
No,
you don't.
Sure it has, but I'm sure the White House has seen some shit. But I don't think that George and Laura Bush are swingers.
There have had to have been like one president at least that liked to get a little bit crazy in the White House, besides Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
Like, one president and his wife, he's like, Laura, get in here.
Nixon, maybe.
Yeah, Nixon. Kennedy, for sure.
Yeah, well, Kennedy is known for...
But he was known for,
having the tunnel where Marilyn Monroe would sneak into
and give him
White House.
Blowjobs.
Yeah, probably.
You know that Kennedy would have been on Ashley Madison.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't. If you're John F. Kennedy, do you need Ashley Madison to find some woman to have an affair with?
Well, I don't think that, like, a lot of people that are probably on it don't need to use that, but they just do because it increases their chances of getting pussy
and not getting caught,
or getting some dick.
Well, and also if you meet up with someone like who's not already a part of your world, you have less chance of getting exposed to your significant other.
I have a friend.
Okay, so go ahead and tell us a story about yourself.
He's an older... Yeah, it's not... So a friend of mine... No, I have a friend, he's an older man, he's in his 60s, and we drink sometimes, you know. So I was hanging out with him recently, and he told me, he was like, "Yeah, man." He was like, "I've been getting a lot of pussy lately." I was like, "What the fuck, man? Like, what? Why are you even telling me this?" He was like, "No." He was like, "But I use this website, and I'm gonna tell you about it." I don't remember what the website is called. I didn't like.
Also not. Does he now like?
What? Does he now like what? You don't. You can't. You have to finish the idea.
I mean, isn't it if he's using some kind of website to meet up with
women?
Lots of women? Is it
a prostitution thing? Is that what you're asking?
No. But I mean, chances are he's probably caught something.
What?
I mean, that many women off an online site?
I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? You use
like
protection,
Craigslist?
Dude.
He's probably
no,
using
it's
Craigslist.
not. It's not Craigslist. He showed me the website, but my point was there were quite a few like attractive women on there. I was like, wow, and you know, this guy is like all over the place too. I mean, he was like, yep. He was like, well, that one's a man that looks like a woman. He was like, I want to check that off my bucket list. I was like, okay, dude, sounds good. Whatever floats your boat, man. But the point is, there are definitely attractive people that don't need to use these services that are just on them for the sake of like look at Tinder.
Yeah,
Tinder's definitely it's similar, except Ashley Madison, you have to pay for. Do you have to pay for Tinder?
No.
Are you on Tinder?
No. Tinder's like an app you can get.
Yeah.
It's not like.
I think that you can pay for Tinder like to get like more features or something like that.
Yeah. Okay, but see, Tinder is kind of like more of a dating thing. Like, sure, people use it to
dating.
No. Okay.
Dude, people use Tinder to fuck. That's the only like I don't know anyone who's like, I use Tinder to find relationships. You use like Christian singles to, or like dude, okay. Oh my god, this is so relevant. I saw a commercial yesterday for a new dating website called Farmers Only.
Farmers.
It's only for farmers.
I've seen it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And it has like hearts around the logo and shit. It's like fond your love of farming.
I mean, niche dating sites are not really anything new. Look, I mean, we've had, like you mentioned, Christian Singles, JDate, like all sorts of other dating sites.
Those are it's kind of like it alienates me though, because what if you want to date like a Jewish girl,
but you don't want to look on JDate?
I mean, can you be anybody and be on JDate?
I don't know.
Or is it like only for Jewish people?
Well, what if you're looking for a Jewish person? I think you can be on there.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Or like, but wait, Christian Singles seems like. That kind of like implies that it's
Jewish, you probably don't. Well, I mean,
it kind of implies that you can't be like a Muslim
people
dude
who've married Christians, and I've known Muslims who've married Christians. So it doesn't like.
Like, what if that's your fetish? You're like, I just want to fucking bang a Christian girl. Like,
I think those sites are more for people who are Christian and who want to find another. Christian.
Yeah, totally.
You know, and
you wouldn't be like, I'm Hindu.
I'm looking for a Christian woman.
Looking for a devout Christian woman.
Yeah,
you know. Of course.
So, since we're kind of talking about like websites and stuff, dating sites, you had actually sent me this topic a while back, and we just had 2 really long podcasts the week before, so this topic kind of got pushed. But I think it's kind of cool that we talk about it now.
Okay.
So someone posted an Ask Reddit thread, and the title goes like this: what website could you recommend that most people probably haven't heard of?
Holy shit! I recommended this topic to you like 2 months ago.
No, it was 3 weeks ago. It was 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was
3 weeks ago.
So
what we're doing when we do all of this, by the way, guys, since you can't see us, is we're doing quotations.
This is only from 17 days ago, man. So not even 3 weeks.
Bullshit.
2.5 weeks.
Bullshit.
So the highest comment right now is midwaymeetup.com. It's not...
That sounds like a dating site, dude.
I know. And when I first saw it, that's what I thought. I was like, is this a dating site?
Midwife Meetup?
No. It's called Midway Meetup, and it's actually kind of cool. It lets you enter 2 or more addresses in an activity, like a coffee shop, a restaurant, or a bar, and then it finds, say
homeboys on the other side of town.
Exactly.
And he's like, dude, I'm not going all the way to your side of town. You're like, well, fuck you. I'm not going to your side of town either. Like, well, let's use Midway Meetup and meet somewhere right in the middle.
Exactly. So wherever you go to is going to be as close to, the same amount of driving time for each person as possible, you know? It's kind of cool.
Well, that is surprisingly fair.
That's
awesome, dude.
I'm
all about fairness, so yeah.
how many people are in your space right now.com.
In my space?
I'm not sure what this is here.
I've got one person in my space.
It says 6. What does that mean?
In my space?
In my space.
What is it? Okay, yeah, but what is that?
I don't know.
Is there any information about it whatsoever? It's just
So,
telling...
okay, the guy who posted it, here, a quick shout out to /u/Ray Gundon.
Ray Gundon.
And he says, how many people are in space? Oh, are in space.
Not in
Oh!
people that makes so much more sense now.
I know. And then he's like,
guys,
it does what it says.
How many people are in space? Not in your space.
That's why I was like, what? There's
how many people in your face right now?
Yeah.
I thought that was like trying to imply like how many people are on your wireless network or something. I was gonna say like, what the fuck? How are there 6 people on my wireless network?
17 days ago there were only 3, but now there's 6. So apparently 3 people went up into space. They're still there. Cool.
They're still there, as opposed to what?
Came back.
Okay.
Throwawaymail.com. It's great to generate quick working throwaway email addresses that you can use when signing up for various things to assure a spam-free inbox.
That's not the only one. There's another one called Fake Email Generator, and Mailinator is another website that's really good for that. There's some websites
This
that
guy edited his post. He put, edit, per other Redditor suggestions, these also work for the same purpose. 10minutemail.com, gorillamail.com, mailinator.com, slippery.email, and spam4.me.
Slippery email sounds like the one that I would use.
Well, it's not slippery email. It's www.slippery.email.
That's really weird. My point was to say it's not really weird. I was just like, my mind was wandering right now, so I was like, oh, that's really weird. But yeah, weird. But so these are used for when you like some websites require you to sign up for things like arbitrarily where you don't want to sign up for them, so you just use a fake email and create a fake account. That way you don't get spammed by these websites, you know?
Totally.
Forever and always.
Here's another big one. It got almost 5,400 upvotes. JustDeleteMe.com. If you ever want to delete your account on basically any site, Facebook, Twitter, etc., this place will tell you exactly how to do it and the difficulty of deletion, ranging from easy to impossible. It's pretty cool.
Why do people do that? They're like, I just want to delete my account.
Well, I mean, maybe
I just want to get away from.
You don't want to. Having a digital footprint is not as cool as social media sites make it to be, especially once you grow up. But
so what? Someone's like, this last year I grew up.
No,
I'm going to remove my digital footprint.
Well, it's like if you're really serious about your career or what you're trying to do with your life, it's probably
you got to take down all the photos of you chugging beers.
Exactly. It's probably not advantageous to like have a social media
That means you're a crazy party person.
Guess.
Like, you want to take down the photos of you fucking doing coke at the Celine Dion show? With Celine Dion? Wow, why would you want to take that down?
The heart will not go on after a certain amount of coke, I'll tell you that much.
Oh my god, dude. Celine Dion knows that. Sponsor us, Celine Dion.
Let's see.
Every night in my dreams, I see you, I do blow.
Have you heard of this one?
With you.
GeoGuessr. Let's explore the world. Embark on a journey that takes you all over the world, from most of the desolate roads in Australia to the busy, bustling streets of New York City.
To the busily
bustling.
To the bizzly briddly bitches.
Let's see. We'll do a couple. This is GeoGuessr, and there's no E in guesser.
So what does it do? It takes you. It'll just take you to a random place, like via Google Maps.
Let's see. Okay, so it shows you something. And
you have to guess where it is.
Yeah, you have to guess what you're looking at.
I've played this game before. Well, let me see it.
It's kind of cool. This looks like it might be somewhere
in California or Florida.
It looks like it, but then it looks like it might be like a compound in South Africa.
There's a lot. No, there's a lot of trees.
Why not?
It looks
There's trees in South Africa.
Looks, I know. Come on. How ignorant do you think I am?
Oh, okay. So to make your guess, you take a cursor and you have a world map there,
right.
And you kind of like go where you generally. So you think California?
I think California or Florida.
Let's try California.
It could even be somewhere like Houston, though.
Make a guess. California.
Yeah, let's do California.
Our guess was 10,000 kilometers from the correct location.
Where was it?
It was in Brazil.
Oh, wow. Brazil has trees?
Yeah. Brazil has trees. There's fucking rainforests.
Well, I knew about South Africa, but Brazil was definitely a long shot for me.
Here, let's try one more. This definitely isn't in America, but you will probably say it is. I don't know. What do you think?
Portland, Oregon.
Portland, Oregon.
Or Seattle, Washington, whichever one you want to do.
Really? Let's see.
Guys, I have really bad vision, by the way. All I could see was a bridge and clouds.
We're another 6,000 miles away.
Where's in Canada?
Let's see. It was in Volgograd. Volgograd? Russia?
Ah, yes, Volgograd.
In Russia. It is in between Ukraine and Kazakhstan.
Perfect.
So that's geoguesser.com. That's a pretty cool website.
That's fun.
It is fun.
If you're looking for something to have fun with for about 5 minutes online. Can you imagine anyone spending more than 5 minutes on GeoGuessr, though?
So,
dude, I spent my weekend geoguessing, man. It was rough.
Yeah, dude. I got to round 8, and then it was like, bro, I gotta go.
Are there rounds?
Yeah. So
what was our score? 0?
So here's this website called virtualpiano.net.
I thought you were going to say something else. Oh, no. I had a dream that I was playing my melodica, and, like, the hose came off the melodica, and as I was blowing into it, like, a ton of spit was just, like, flying out.
Oh, really?
It was really weird.
That sounds disgusting.
Well, it's like any woodwind instrument, but this one was just, like, way more spitty.
FutureTimeline.net, a detailed prediction of the future of humanity.
This one sounds exciting.
Let's see. Wait, I just want to see. How far into the future should we look?
When does the next president get elected?
2016?
Look at 2017.
2016 to 2010. China builds the longest undersea tunnel in the world.
Bullshit.
Let's see.
No, that might happen. I don't know why I'm like...
You're like...
I'm bullshit. That
all
won't
it
happen.
says is United States presidential election. It doesn't say shit about who's going to win.
Donald Trump.
High-definition CCTV cameras are ubiquitous.
I saw like Donald Trump giving his acceptance speech or running speech rather, and he was like, I just want to thank God. I want to thank everyone. It's just really great that I'm able to do this. It's like, dude, you have billions of dollars. Like, I don't know why you haven't done it before.
Dude, this kind of seems like bullshit to me. The first hotel in space, only a year away. I call bullshit.
I do too.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why there's 6 people up there though.
They're building it.
Like,
they're building it now.
The sweat of their backs.
The evil overlord list. This is we'll make this the last one. www.eviloverlord.com.
Great.
It grew out of the exchanges on what is now the Star Trek mailing list, shields up at spies.com, beginning in 1994. What the fuck is this?
It's a website where you can go find a bunch of evil overlords. It's like maybe it's a dating site where evil overlords can connect.
It's copyright 1996 to 97 by Peter Anspach. Okay.
He was a creative guy.
It's kind of a shitty place to leave it. Let's find one more. One good one.
There was really nothing like even
there
to that website. Why did it get upvoted a lot?
Yeah, it was pretty high up there. Chordify.
Oh, that's a good one.
You paste a YouTube URL of a song and it tells you the chords. Great for learning songs on an instrument. That's
so
cool.
Basically what you do is, you'll throw the YouTube link in and but it's not accurate though is the problem.
Yeah.
So like when you have like a really crazy song, like if you were to throw a Mars Volta song or something on there,
it wouldn't work.
It sounds like it understands basic chords. So throw on like Freebird.
Well, like say you want to figure out the notes in that Pitbull melody. This is your site.
Yeah, totally. Last night I walked through this bar and this guy was like, this really drunk guy saw this bald dude and he was like, "Hey, Mr. Worldwide." I was like, this guy looks nothing like Pitbull. He's just bald. Like that's the only. I mean, people generalize a lot.
Man.
Alcohol makes you just generalize things. Like You know?
So,
dude, did you hear? By the way, like, so this is kind of some news. Like, Shaq
this is a DJ?
He did, DJ Diesel.
Mm-hmm.
He did an all trap set at Tomorrowland.
Oh, really?
That's in like Amsterdam.
Huge party.
Yeah, it's a huge fucking international party. Like, and Shaq played over there, and people were like, "This is terrible."
Oh, okay.
But,
I thought you were gonna say they loved it.
No, I don't. Well, from what I understand, it wasn't very good. But I mean, I'm sure some people were like, "Fuck yeah, Shaq, you do it. You live your dreams." He's like, "I do it every day, baby." He owns like 15 Five Guys franchises.
Yeah.
Shaq just does what he wants to do.
He's the gold bond man.
He balls so hard, motherfuckers want to find him.
Exactly. Well, it's easy to find Shaq.
Yeah. When you're in a crowd.
I mean, if you look around in a room and if Shaq is there, you will know.
Yeah, well, I mean, come on. Is there a guy whose head is touching the roof?
It's kind of hard to miss.
I looked up Shaq on Google and his like, because what was I looking at? I don't remember, man. But on Google, his like main photo for Wikipedia is so ridiculous. He's like everyone else has like a serious.
For those of you listening on audio, I'm not sure to even.
We can't. It would be hard to describe the face I just made.
Yeah,
he's making a weird face though.
Yeah,
Shaq is funny.
So let's talk about this. Are you as tired of SJWs as I am? Because I think SJWs are becoming a big problem, as opposed to people who, like, there's people out there who actually want to make a difference in the world, and I feel like social justice warriors kind of demean that.
Is Shaq as tired
in
of
a way
them as we are? That's the question, dude.
Well, I mean, are you familiar with filmmaker Eli Roth? I mean, I hope you are. What is that?
This is Shaq's photo that I saw. This was his
photo.
Yeah. He's like, woo! Yeah.
Now that you've gotten that out of your system, are you familiar with filmmaker Eli Roth?
He made Hostel.
Mm-hmm.
With Shaq.
Starring Shaquille O'Neal.
I think that Shaq should be in everything. I would love to see a festival where it's nothing but Shaq playing, like different DJ sets. Shaq's like, I'm doing 10 different DJ sets.
Shaq back to back with Deadmau5.
How about like what would they call it? Oh, dude, you know what? They could do it at like EDC and have the Shaq Shack, and they would have like
Shake Shack,
the Shaq Shack.
Oh,
like you would go into the Shaq Shack and listen to Shaq play tracks.
Cool.
Shaq Shack, where Shaqs play tracks. Shaqs, dude, he could have a group where it would be like different guys dressed up as Shaq, and they would call themselves Shaqs with an X. How sick would that be? You remember when Shaq played Steel?
No.
John, what's his name? You don't remember Steel? You never watched that movie? It's like he's a DC character. He's inspired by Superman, but he like takes on the mantle of Steel. He has a huge sledgehammer, and he's been in a few of the New 52 comics.
I haven't seen him.
Okay, well that's a bit of a story for you.
Cool.
Shaq was in the live action movie of that in the 90s, and it was bad.
I bet.
Bad. Like the Rotten Tomatoes review is terrible. But anyway, yeah, I like Shaq.
Yeah.
So I bet Eli Roth does too.
No.
You don't think so?
Maybe, I don't know.
I think that Eli Roth should cast him.
I'm not in any position to speak on Eli Roth's thoughts on Shaq.
If you're listening to the podcast, Eli, go ahead and just leave a comment.
I'm sure he's listening.
Why wouldn't he?
He's like texting you right now. He's like, "Hey, download." Yeah.
Actually, I did
the
just
Macrocasts.
It seems like Eli is messaging me right now.
Well, Eli Roth hates social justice warriors just as much as the next guy. No. He's working on a movie called Green Inferno, and it's about pampered Western collectivists who travel to the Amazonian rainforest to save an endangered native tribe, and the tribe proceeds to open a churrascaria with annoying Americans at the top of the menu. I think they're trying to say they're cannibals.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was a scary churro stand.
So basically, these collectivists come to the rainforest and end up becoming the main course for some.
What are collectivists?
So a collectivist is
like an SJW?
Is just another word for an SJW. Someone who likes to white knight while behind the keyboard.
And so they're going to go down there to do what?
What?
They're going to go.
This is a movie, dude.
No, I understand that, but what's the plot? Is that
they're
going
trying
to go
to
there
save a tribe.
Okay, but why would collectivists do anything in like real life?
Exactly. But I mean, I think I think the point he's trying to tell more is that these people think they want to help until they actually like realize what they've gotten themselves into.
Well,
you know?
like Gamergate was like a huge thing too, and that's kind of a similar point. Like I've talked about this before, but Mercedes Carrera was like, why do people not stand up for these? When something real actually happens, like no one stands up.
They're more worried about making up bullshit. How video games force men to become misogynists and bullshit like that.
Yeah, and how they like put women out, etc. And I mean, there are some people who see that it's like that's totally not the case. I mean, we're looking at the wrong issue, But I mean, it's all debatable.
No, stop. Oh, man.
That was silly.
So, Green Inferno, I plan to check it out. It sounds cool.
I hope that Hal Jordan's in that.
So, this story is probably my favorite story this week, and this is another kind of, like, regular news story.
A nude story?
A rogue Dairy Queen has been ignoring corporate headquarters since 1949. So for those of you who don't know,
what does that even mean?
Well, I'll explain. A bunch of Dairy Queens over throughout the U.S. signed contracts so long ago that had a specific clause that they could have items on their menu that weren't approved by Dairy Queen headquarters, And so now, like, these Dairy Queens are so old they don't even have sit down. Like, you can't even sit down inside them. They're only the drive-through Dairy Queens, like the old school. But, like, their menu here.
Do they have some awesome items on their menu?
And everything's like kind of cheap. This one offers like Polish sausages, super chili cheese dogs, and like.
Isn't that kind of a standard thing for Dairy Queen? Don't they all have super chili cheese dogs?
Dairy Queen? Maybe Sonic, not Dairy Queen.
I haven't been to Dairy Queen since I was like probably 7 years old.
So the one I'm talking about is in Moorhead, Minnesota, and it's like
that was the name of my middle school.
Really? Oh, Moorhead, Minnesota. Cool. Yeah.
No, it was Moorhead Middle School, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm not. It's okay.
So one of the things they make is called the Mr. Malty, and it's a chocolate malt on the stick. These are things.
Can I see it?
No, there's no pictures. But they also have the Monkey Tail, a chocolate-covered frozen banana. And, of course, the Chipper Sandwich, which is a vanilla ice cream sandwich between 2 chocolate chip cookies and dipped in chocolate. These are things that other Dairy Queens do not offer. And these people have been doing this for almost 70 years now. It's kind of crazy.
There are no photos of a Mr. Malty anywhere.
Yeah.
Here's a little something. So, recently, my biggest, I don't know. I've been breaking conversations with this at bars. Like, sometimes it's hard to talk to people, so I just walk up to them and say something random. But my most recent one has been about. I just like to talk about Orange Julius with people, and I just ask them if they've ever had an Orange Julius before, and a lot of people don't know what Orange Julius is. But I was informed recently that Orange Julius has been acquired by Dairy Queen.
Oh, really?
So all of the Orange Julius they now exist in Dairy Queen restaurants.
Well, the ones that aren't rogue from corporate headquarters.
The ones that don't have the Mr. fucking Malty. None of those
I
items.
like Orange Julius. I think, compared to other smoothie places, I think they're one of the better ones for sure.
None of those items sounded really appealing to me, though.
They're appealing to the people of Moorhead.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, this place would be out of business.
Cool.
So, do you want to talk movies? I mean, I watched a terrible movie this week.
Cool. Yeah, totally. I mean, there's no TV even going on right now, is there?
No, nothing.
Like,
really.
I've
been watching stuff on Netflix. I mean,
Ray Donovan is back.
yeah.
This new season of Ray Donovan is actually way better than both of the other seasons already. It's kicked off. They've got Katie Holmes in it.
Katie Holmes is a nice, wholesome girl.
She's got weird braces for whatever reason in this. Yeah, she's got they don't really make a point of it, but you can see it. And I was watching the last episode. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Like a retainer? Or
no, they're like
metal braces.
They're like legit braces, but it may be like a character thing. But she's like, I had to actually pause it for a second and be like, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I googled it. Katie Holmes braces. She doesn't have braces in real life. Her character, I guess, just has braces, which is kind of.
Of course, she doesn't have braces in real life.
I don't know. How do you know that?
You saw that and you were like, I have to Google it. Are these braces
Yeah.
real or not?
Yeah, totally. I was wondering,
No,
like,
she doesn't have braces.
how do you know that?
Because I've seen pictures of her.
I was wondering. I was like, well, dude. I mean, like, maybe they just gave her this role, and she's like they just casted her because they're like, Katie Holmes is awesome. She
I
can
mean,
have braces.
didn't you see Batman Begins? She didn't have braces there.
That was a while back, man.
And
You don't
she's-
wear braces for your entire life.
No, but she's since got braces.
What? Yeah. Are you
This is
serious?
ridiculous.
I've known older women who are like around that
That's
age.
because we live so close to fucking Mexico.
No, I've known. What is that even implying?
Because that's
like
a
you
thing
think
in Mexico.
Mexican women get braces as they get older.
No,
I think
it's a thing for people to wear braces at an older age in Mexico.
Dude, I think that anybody what if you have the desire to like fix your teeth and you get older? You don't have the money when you're younger, you know?
I mean,
So-
now we have like Invisalign. And
I mean,
shit.
braces typically don't take as long as they used to either. So unless your teeth are like real, like, you know,
Real
like
fucked
snaggled and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I looked it up. I mean, fuck me, right? So she's in it. Ian McShane is in it too, who was also in. He played Blackbeard in Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides with Penelope Cruz. And Johnny Depp, of course. And then he was also in Deadwood. I don't know if you ever watched Deadwood.
I know it.
He was like one of the main dudes in Deadwood. But he's really good. This season of Ray Donovan, it's kind of better because Ray is like not taking it. He's not seeing his wife. In the last season, it's kind of a spoiler. So fast forward like 10 seconds. But his wife like fucked a police officer, and so now he's not forgiving her, and it's kind of cool because I'm so sick of that bitch. But I enjoy that show. I was just thinking today about how I'm so excited for Arrow and The Flash to come back, though.
Yeah.
And then Legends of Tomorrow is going to be going at the same time, right?
I don't know what its deal is. It might start later. They might do an Agent Carter like thing with it, where it's on in the break between the two shows. You know.
Oh, that would be cool.
That
That
would
way
be
there's
nice.
something to watch.
Yeah.
And then Supernatural is going to come back.
And Supergirl.
You're like getting more amped up for Supergirl,
No,
aren't you?
no, I'm just poking fun at you.
I talked
because
to
know
Wilbert.
You're not happy, like excited.
Wilbert, who has been on the podcast before, I talked to him recently, and he was like really excited about Supergirl.
It looks okay. It doesn't look like I'm gonna love it. But that's the thing. I haven't seen it, man. Until I see it, and I can offer you, honest words about my thoughts on it. I mean, there's not really much else to say about it right
I think
now.
it's going to be a turd.
I'm more looking forward to Homeland.
Oh, yeah, I am too. I'm looking forward to seeing some Mandy Patinkin and some of...
What else is coming back? There's
who else
so
is
many
on
shows.
that? What's your cousin's name? F. Murray Abraham?
Yeah.
I'm excited to see him, rocking out with his cock out.
Claire Danes.
They're going to fuck.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude, I think that they should merge all of the Showtime shows. Like
Into one?
There should be
They almost. I feel like that could happen.
like Penny Dreadful. There should be
Or what
Homeland,
if they just had like cameos, like
Ray Donovan.
Okay, so one day, like they realize that the Showtime universe of TV shows is actually a multiverse, and it's all connected by the magic that happens in Penny Dreadful, right? So, Carrie.
This is awesome. Keep going.
Carrie from Homeland magically gets transported to the Penny Dreadful world
And tries to stop terrorism in London.
She's like the first person to cross worlds. So of course,
Of course, it's Carrie.
Yeah.
Of all the fucking people.
so she's like gathering intel on Victorian London.
And Brody is there.
No, Brody's still dead.
No, dude, he comes back.
No.
He's
Oh, so his
Frankenstein brings him back.
And then he hooks up with his actual wife, who's Evelyn Poole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be great.
And then Ray Donovan. Okay, so
He's a fixer in London.
exactly. So
Exactly, dude. This makes so much sense. Yeah, okay, so go on. Oh,
I mean-
and Dexter's there.
oh yeah, and
Dexter's
what about,
a killer.
Can we get Don Cheadle too from what's the show he's on? He's on a
Lie to
Showtime
Me or
show.
some shit?
House of Lies.
House of Lies, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get him. Oh, and then the Borgias, of course.
Oh yeah,
There's gonna be who plays
Jeremy Irons.
Yeah,
played Rodrigo Borgia.
Rodrigo Borgia and La Bella.
No, they didn't have that, I don't think.
Yeah, they didn't have Labella.
No.
Fetch me more vitriolo.
Where is Frazosimos?
Frazosimos.
So, let's talk
As
movies.
he's like
man.
shitting on the floor. Oh my god. Guys, if you haven't watched Borgia,
Borgia. Not
the
Borgia.
Borgia, not the
Borgia.
Showtime one. The Borgia is like the more
It's
European
the Canal Plus one.
It's the one with John Doman, but
Yeah.
it's oh my god, it's so worth watching.
Yeah, it was really good.
And if you didn't catch like any of the stupid references that we were making right now, just check out some of those Showtime shows and you'll get it.
Yeah.
They're not all good. Some are good, some are not.
I mean, I haven't watched, like, House of Lies and Happy-ish and Masters of Sex and all those other shows are supposed to be
The L Word.
What?
The
Is that
L
a
Word.
show?
That's it's like a show about lesbian lifestyle.
Great.
That was actually it like lasted for 10 seasons, I think.
Did you see, like, have you seen some of the Emmy nominations?
Yes.
There's,
I haven't seen any. What are
No superhero shows made it, like, no comic book shows made
I mean,
it in.
that kind of doesn't surprise me, even though they should have been considered. But some people were probably like, "Oh, they're comic book shows."
But I think there should be a genre, like, at the Emmys, like, best comic book adaptation, you know? Or, like, best comic
story
book
adaptation, or
best comic book TV show. It should be, like, there should be an entire category for shows like Arrow, Flash, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and
Supernatural could even be in that too.
I think
But
Daredevil...
then it would just be Oh yeah.
Daredevil was the only show that was nominated that was, like, based on a comic book.
What about Scaredevil?
God, you're not even trying. Oh,
Yeah.
So I watched a terrible movie, and it was pretty bad.
You told me you watched it today, didn't you?
Yeah, I
Did you-
watched The Expendables 3.
Okay, have
I
you
haven't
seen one
the
or two?
second one.
Have you seen one?
I've seen the first one.
The first one was bad too.
This one is slightly better than the first one, even though the critic consensus on Rotten Tomatoes doesn't agree with me. I think this newest one was like 33%, and the first one was like 40-some%. The
Okay.
second one is the highest rated one somehow.
All right, so tell us what happens.
Action. I mean, it's a good action movie. There's lots of cool stuff to look at, but I mean,
And it has like a knockout cast.
the cast is great, but in the end, there's like no real character development, no real story, and no real anything. It's a feast for your eyes, you know, a feast for your senses, really.
This movie is like you're like, oh yeah, there's Stone Cold Steve Austin.
No, he's not. He was in the first one.
Was he okay? So then
He's not in this one. Some of the actors they added to this one,
Schwarzenegger's in this one, right?
he's in all of them.
Oh god.
Mel Gibson is the bad guy in this one.
Oh no.
Not good. He's supposed to be really crazy, and at one point he's got hostages, and he's like filming them with a camera like the Joker, and he's like ha ha ha, and like talking shit to Sylvester Stallone, and at that point I was like, okay, this is bad.
And Sylvester Stallone's like, I'm gonna take you out.
He's the lead, of course he's the lead. There's way too many nods to other action movies, like
It's a love letter to like all kinds of action movies.
like
basically.
Sylvester Stallone's got to say some line like "I am the law" from fucking
I am the
Judge Dredd, and Arnold Schwarzenegger's like "The chopper is here, get to the chopper."
And then he's like, I'll be back. Does he say I'll be back?
They added Harrison Ford and Wesley Snipes to this one, which is okay. Kelsey Grammer.
Well,
was like
God
one of
knows Wesley Snipes needed that.
there was a joke about him.
Tax evasion.
Yeah, at the beginning they rescue Wesley Snipes' character out of prison, and one of the guys asks him, "What are you in for?" He's like, "Tax evasion." I was like, "Oh,
You're
very
like, okay.
clever."
It's like pretty meta.
It was kind of meta, yeah.
So I mean, was it really that bad?
It was pretty bad. One of my favorites was Ronda Rousey, because after seeing her in
Who is she?
she's an MMA fighter.
Oh, okay.
But now she's kind of bridging. She's trying to become an actress, and like even though she only had a little bit of screen time in Fast the Furious 7 or whatever, I thought it was terrible. But she had way more screen time in this, and she was like surprisingly one of the better parts of this movie.
She's hot.
Yeah, she's very hot, and she's a badass. I was watching some video earlier of her like just fucking some other chick up in the ring.
That sounds
All
like a
nasty
video
style.
I wouldn't want to watch. That would totally make her less attractive to me.
No,
she's
but-
like, shut the fuck up! She's like banging some chick's head into...
Okay, dude, it's not...
Stop it, dude! Don't
not-
fucking kill her!
It's not just an all-out brawl. It's a fight with rules
What
and
are
structure.
and like fucking glass bottles and shit. She'd break a bottle
They,
of
like
1997 Pinot on this fucking girl's
every
head.
5 minutes, they throw another inanimate object into the ring. There's like a rake.
Kill her with the chair!
Yeah,
Dude, did you ever watch Celebrity Deathmatch?
yeah, I love that.
Aren't they like gonna bring it back or something?
Probably not. Those are from the heydays of MTV.
They were like, they would have like Noel Gallagher and Liam Gallagher from Oasis fighting each other, and then they're like, wait, there's a surprise entry into the ring. It's Gallagher the comedian, and he like kills them both with his sledge-o-matic.
Yeah.
That was some
pretty
good
awesome.
stuff, man. Stone Cold Steve Austin was actually on Celebrity Deathmatch as one of the commentators.
Another great person in this movie was fucking... What's his name? Antonio Banderas.
Oh no! Why do they have him?
Yeah, he's playing like some unstable guy.
These are all guys with unstable careers at this point.
And now, like, there's one point where he's like, oh, the team is too old. I gotta find another team. So he like,
Wait, what is he doing? What's his like?
him? Okay, so Sylvester Stallone's character and Mel Gibson's character started the Expendables back in the day, right? So Mel Gibson went dark side, and he thought he had killed him, but he turns out he's alive. This is like the most typical fucking action movie story there is. What
Wait,
was
so who else is on the dark side team?
the dark side team?
Yeah, on Mel Gibson's Expendables team.
No one.
It's just him.
Yeah.
That kind of doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
Like, cause okay,
No,
so
he started it with Sylvester Stallone.
but don't you
right?
think that he would have his own team of like badasses?
He's not, dude? He's a psychopath. He doesn't want he doesn't want a team, you know. And he's working under
He's like a boss. He has like minions though.
yeah, he's working under the guise of some arms dealer, and that's who he's pretending to be, you know.
Uh-huh.
And Harrison Ford takes over for Bruce Willis.
Harrison Wells.
No, Harrison Ford.
Okay.
So like Bruce Willis was like the commanding
Oh,
officer.
Bruce Willis is in this too.
No, he wasn't in this one.
He's in the first two?
Yeah, and he's
Okay.
like their commanding officer, but now he's gone. And so it's like Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford was one of the better parts of the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's pretty much it.
I mean, overall, it's not a great movie. Like,
You know,
you're not going to get much out of it.
Speaking of Bruce, well, what would you rate it out of 10?
6.
That's still a pretty fucking
That's
good
a-
rating.
6?
Yeah.
6 out of 10.
That's not bad. That means it's watchable.
It's barely.
It wasn't.
watchable.
Okay, so it's maybe like a 5.
The action scenes are what redeem it, you know?
Is it like what did you rate The Boy Next Door?
Oh, that was like a 5. I gave that. Like,
That's a 5?
that's like a 4.
Dude, you are like really generous with these ratings.
What-
What movie
Dude,
have you seen?
people
that's-
don't rate things lower than 4.
Oh my god, yes they do.
Like who? What reputable critics?
Look at Pixel. Pixel is out now, or Pixels, and that's got like a 1 out of 10 score or 2 out of 10 score
Where?
on
On IMDb.
yeah, or on Rotten Tomatoes it's like 22%.
But that doesn't mean everyone gave it a 1.
A lot of people did.
No, dude, you don't understand how the percentages work.
Dude,
man.
a lot of people gave it really shitty reviews, man.
If it's at 11%, that means 11% of the critics liked it. The other 89% didn't like it. That doesn't mean they gave it a 1. They could have given it a 4 or a 5, you know?
It's still a bad movie.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
We should go watch that.
No, I want to go see Vacation, man.
Is that out now?
It comes out on Friday.
Oh yeah, I'm down to go see that for sure. But I also want to see Pixels so we can talk about how bad it is.
I want to see what it's rated on IMDb.
It's not rated very well.
Pixels.
Okay,
5.1.
dude. Okay, so
That's pretty low for IMDb.
it's the budget for that movie was $88 million,
Jesus.
and you know what it's made so far? Like
10.
5.
Yeah.
5 million. It's been such a bust. But it's directed by Chris Columbus, and I'm not a fan of any of his movies. I mean, he
Let's
did
see.
Home Alone.
Harry Potter, the first Harry Potter.
I was not a
second
fan
Harry
of
Potter.
either of those Harry Potters. Like those
He
Harry
worked
Potters
on
were
the
so-
Goonies.
That's a good one.
Do you
I thought that
know
was
they're
Ron
making
Howard.
a sequel to the Goonies?
That's unnecessary.
But
Why
it's
do we
gonna
need
have
that?
like Josh Brolin and everyone else in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Like the same characters?
yeah.
Okay, well that's kind of cool then.
That's what
if
I
they were
heard.
going to do like a remake, then that would be pretty
Where
weak.
did I heard this? The Goonies too.
Where did I heard this?
Plot undisclosed to follow up to the 1985 film The Goonies. That's about all there is on it right now.
So, I was going to say when we were talking about the Expendables, speaking of Bruce Willis, I was watching a scene where, like, Ruby Rod from it's Ruby Rod, I think,
Fifth
from
Element.
The Fifth Element, and I was like, this movie is a comedy.
I
like,
love that
The Fifth
movie.
Element's totally a comedy, where
It's
he's
got
like,
comedic pieces in it. Yeah, most definitely.
well, he's like very clearly gay, but like Ruby Rod or whatever, but he's like, I don't know if he's like bisexual or what it is, like the way he's like dressed, you know, but it's just,
He's wearing a dress.
it's probably, I would say it's probably like Chris Tucker's best role. Like, he's the shit,
I don't know, man. The first Rush Hour is a really good
Oh, yeah.
movie.
Chris Tucker is talented. I watched his stand-up comedy special this last week, and it was really
His
good.
new one that's
yeah.
now on Netflix. So if you guys want to go check it out,
Dude,
go check
it's
it out.
pretty fucking funny, man. I mean, I also watched Bill Burr's new comic special, like, or it was from like 2014, and that guy is like hilarious. I wouldn't be surprised if he was like the biggest comedian this next year.
Okay.
Bill Burr is really funny, and I mean, it only took the guy 20 years to get to that point, but The Fifth Element is the shit, man. And like also that other part where he like the doorbell rings in Corbin's apartment and he like looks through and it's a guy with like a hat that's like it's the hallway and he's like, give me the money, give me the cash,
Yeah.
give me the cash. He's like that gun that you have the safety on right now, and he just like takes the gun away from that dude.
Did you watch The Fifth Element or something?
No, I just watched like different, because it's been blowing up on Reddit again.
Multipass.
Yeah, the best of Multipass. Guys, look that up on YouTube.
Lulu Dallas.
That whole movie is just really fucking good. Like, that's the campiness.
Gary Oldman is fucking incredible in that movie.
He's good in everything, but
Yeah.
the campiness for that movie really works. And
Well, it's from a different era too.
I mean, kind of, but
That-
it was like
you couldn't get away with that now.
I think you could, because you have things like Sharknado, which
Yeah,
people love.
But Sharknado is not as much of a success as The Fifth Element. is
No,
it?
not at all. But it's like, so this is the only reason I'm saying this is because some critics had said that they wish that Pixels was a good idea because it's based on a 5-minute long short, French short that was created like 4 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and they were saying they should have honestly just gone full on 100% campy like Sharknado. And it would have been cool, but it doesn't make sense that there are aliens coming down in the forms of classic video games. Like, what the?
Well, I
what-
thought that aliens were like they created the video games as like real life-size ones as like a test to see. Isn't that the story? Mm-mm. Like, is humanity ready to make contact with us? Let's send these video games.
They
down.
are like the aliens, apparently. Like, Pac-Man is an alien.
So the aliens are just taking on the form of Pac-Man,
No, I think that they
or
are.
Pac-Man himself is an alien.
I think so.
No,
yeah.
that sounds terrible,
Dude, I mean, this is why the movie has gotten really shitty reviews. Like, people were like, this just doesn't make sense. It's like classic Sandler fare.
Yeah. Adam Sandler.
I mean, it's really sad, too, because you think that guy would put a little bit of fucking effort into you know what I
I'm
mean?
sure he got his paycheck.
Oh, yeah, but that doesn't mean he even gives a shit about making a great movie. And, like, why do we need to see Kevin Smith in anything?
Kevin Smith is in it?
Or not Kevin Smith, sorry, Kevin James. My bad. I love Kevin Smith. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I
yeah,
apologize to
that's
Kevin
why-
Smith, dude.
Well, I mean, dude, I loved
Fat Man on Batman is the best.
King of Queens is like one of the better comedies from that time period. But I like Kevin James, but yeah, I haven't seen any of his more recent work because it's not good.
I even enjoyed Chuck and Larry.
No.
Yes.
No.
I enjoyed it, dude.
Okay, no. How can you enjoy Chuck and Larry and then be like, oh, why would you watch anything with Kevin James?
Dude,
why would you watch Chuck and Larry?
Okay, I watched it because I worked at the movie theater. It was my first job, and that's when like Chuck and Larry came out. So I was cleaning the theater. I saw a lot of it. Like, but
Terrible movie.
it's not nearly as bad as Grown Ups or Grown Ups 2.
I haven't seen those movies.
Terrible. Okay.
Well,
So,
is that...
that's all I have
Chuck
to
and
say.
Larry is at 14% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh my god.
Let's talk about this. Guillermo del Toro, we've talked about him quite a bit, and
GDT.
you know, all the projects he's working on, and how he has to like, he really has to focus on what he's doing. Like, he can't be. He's gonna have to drop some of these projects he's taken on, specifically Justice League Dark is not getting made by him anymore.
Oh, who's it getting made by?
We don't know. I mean, it's possible this movie could just go away and never get made.
No!
Very sad. I mean,
dude.
to lose 2 potential projects from him in that short a time period is kind of shitty.
I'm not okay with that. Dude, Justice League Dark would be an amazing thing to see.
So the main reason he passed on it is he has to decide what he wants to work on.
So he wants to do Pacific Rim 2.
Exactly. And that's like...
Dude,
I mean,
why did you have to take the Pacific Rim job?
Pacific Rim is his own IP, you know? He created that universe. So I can understand why making Pacific Rim 2 might be more important
Everybody
to him.
likes rim jobs, but why did you have to take the Pacific one? Again.
I love in a little callback, since we were talking about the vacation movie that's coming out, in the commercial, the
trailer?
In the trailer, Ed Helms, who plays Rusty, and the father, is like, he's telling his older son, like, you can ask me anything, son. He's like, Dad, what's a rim job? He's like, son, that's when 2 people kiss with their mouths closed. And he's talking to him. He's like, I'm going to give you a good rim job tonight, son. And there was some guy, who happened to hear that out of earshot, and he was like, what the fuck? He turned around, walked away.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything about that movie Trainwreck? I heard it's good.
Didn't we talk about it last week?
Well, we haven't. I mean, it's turned out that it's been really good. There was actually, unfortunately, an incident where a guy opened fire at a fucking movie theater during that movie, and I mean, hopefully that doesn't kill the vibe of I mean, I think that it's done better than a lot of the stuff that's out right now. So who knows? That's just a really weird selection of a movie to go and open fire in my opinion. Why would you choose?
Maybe he's not a Cavaliers fan.
Oh, because LeBron is in. I keep forgetting that LeBron is in that movie.
Why is he in it?
I messaged you. I was like, I kind of want to see Trainwreck, and you were like, to go watch LeBron. I was
starring LeBron James.
I was like, huh? Because LeBron James has been confirmed to be in the new Space Jam movie.
Yeah.
We don't need that either.
Jam earlier.
We don't need that either.
How
does that song go?
At the Space Jam. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Everybody get up, come on and down. It's fucking Quad City DJs. They also do come around in trains that choo around it.
That's a good song.
That is a good song, but
so wait, can we go back to what we were talking about? We were talking about Guillermo del Toro, man. No?
Yes.
No?
Go on.
Okay, so...
Is he going to direct Space Jam?
No, but since he's going to be focusing... Going down, welcome to the Space Jam. Alright.
So Guillermo del Toro.
Everybody please welcome Mr. Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo. It should be like an announcer with that's really Guillermo.
He rolls his R's.
Del Toro.
So
and LeBron James.
So he can't
Kevin James.
He can't work on Justice League Dark, right? So he's focusing on Pacific Rim 2. But what a lot of people want him to make, and what he's expressed interest in making, is the third and final installation to the Hellboy trilogy. I mean, the second one I'm not a huge fan of. The first one was okay, but I don't know. And the main problem with him making Hellboy 3 is he says no one wants to fund it, and it's he's going to need at least $100 million for this movie, so it's not something you can just kickstart, you know? Oh, God. You don't like Hellboy, apparently.
I just recorded
Have you seen the first Hellboy movie?
Yes, I've seen it. It was good.
Yeah,
I mean,
the first one's good.
Hellboy's good, but I mean, dude, come on. Why can't you do everything?
Well, I mean, I was excited that he was going to be writing the script and the screenplay for Justice League Dark. So now I'm kind of worried. Whoever goes into that position needs to be able to write from those types of characters' viewpoints, you know what I mean? Guillermo del Toro is the perfect person to write for, Madame Xanadu and fucking Constantine and shit, you know?
And Zatanna. Or Zatanna.
Zatanna.
I mean, it depends on how he wants to do it. He could do either one. He could do like Zatar. Like
Well,
it would
he's
be
not
interesting.
going to be doing any of them now.
That's what I have to say about that.
So let's kind of. This is our last topic. Let's talk about this. So George R.R. Martin. Most people would be surprised
George Railroad Martin
to hear that he's a fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. When I heard this, I was like, "What? No, stop! Listen to the story." So George R.R. Martin saw Ant-Man, right, and he had some thoughts on it. One of his main concerns was like that we didn't see enough of Wasp. He said that he wanted to see more of Wasp.
We didn't. Oh yeah, totally.
He also says
You mean
that
Yellow Jacket?
no, Wasp, the wife.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Hank
We didn't
Pym's
see
wife.
like any of that.
Well,
just like
we
flashbacks?
missed the first 10 minutes, so we didn't see shit. That's why.
Sorry.
So George R.R. Martin, he also said that he wasn't a fan of Yellow Jacket, and he hasn't been a fan of like the last couple villains that Marvel has been doing. He feels like they're really underdeveloped.
Like Ultron.
He didn't say Ultron. He was talking more specifically about Darren Cross, played by Corey Stoll in Ant-Man, and how he felt like as a villain, he really like kind of brought nothing to the table.
I kind of agree. He wasn't really a villain though. He was more of like a corporate bad guy who just decided to put on a suit and like, oh, your brain has been.
Well,
like...
and he was Hank Pym's former like student pupil.
Yeah, but they didn't really even go into that either. They just like mentioned it a few times. There was no like real like relationship between them that you could see. Mm-hmm. He just kept going on about like, what does he have that I don't have? You know, it was pretty undeveloped.
I mean, at some point he talks about how like he's been asking Hank for forever. Like, is this true? Did Ant-Man really exist? And Hank has always lied to him. You know,
it was undeveloped, man. I think that was one of the things that I felt. But what other characters is he talking about?
I don't know.
I'd be curious to know. What other Marvel villains have there been like before this?
Yeah,
there was Loki. I mean, I felt like the villain from, what was his name? The guy from Guardians of the Galaxy. What the fuck was his name? Ronan, the accuser.
I
thought he was good.
I felt like Ronan was great, but everything they did with Guardians of the Galaxy is great because you get to see like you have the Kree Empire on screen and like the entirety of Nova Prime and like the Nova Corps. They did a lot of badass shit with Guardians of the Galaxy that can't be done in any of the other Marvel movies.
Yeah, well, I mean, Ant-Man wasn't really a superhero movie either. It was like an origin story and a heist movie. That's what we basically agreed upon.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. I mean, I don't know. I enjoyed it, but I like there really wasn't a villain. I think the next Ant-Man will probably have more of a solid villain. Hopefully.
Well, he's gonna be
in Civil War.
Yeah.
And
he's gonna be climbing in Bucky's head and fixing wires and like, what are they gonna have him do? I don't know.
I don't know. Fixing brains. I don't.
He's like rearranging neurons.
He's gonna have to like know something about like they're gonna have like a 5-minute run through where they're like, okay, now you have to study like the human brain. I've run through thousands of human brains or whatever. So he knows. So basically now he can go like subatomic.
I don't know. I mean, he
can't just be an ant size.
It happened in the movie, but
because if there was an ant in your brain, you would probably die.
Oh yeah,
like something the size of an ant in your brain, it would be like, you know. You couldn't. It'd have to be subatomic.
I don't know. We don't even know if that's what they want from him, but I don't know. We'll find out, I guess.
Dude, the other night I had a dream that I was Batman and Paul Rudd was Robin.
Uh-huh.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I read this, or we read this on Facebook. Someone had said that they had a dream that they were Robin and Paul Rudd was Batman.
Makes no sense.
And Alicia Silverstone was Batgirl, and she kept making sexual advances towards both of them so they couldn't fight crimes. That was one of the most lackluster posts I've ever seen on Facebook.
/r/
cringe. Yeah, totally.
Well, that's this week's
Macrocast.
I have some shit to play.
There's no. Yeah, I'll do. I'm Downlow'd. That's DOWNLOW''D. You can find more about me at Downlow'd. I'm sorry, that's not where you find stuff about me. You can go to
Good job,
fail. You can go to facebook.com/officialdownload, twitter.com/download here, or at download here if you want to hit me up. And check out my Instagram at download, or go to iamdownload.com if you want to find the hub for all of that kind of stuff. Alex is going to tell you about Macro Records and all of that good stuff, but I just want to give you some encouragement to, if you haven't yet, go ahead and drop me a vote in the DJ Mag Top 100. There's a link on my Instagram page or you can just look up DJ Mag Top 100, and if you include me in one of the names, that's DOWNLOW''D, I would love you long time. And Alex will tell you about Macro Records and good stuff.
If you enjoyed this episode, we would really appreciate it if you could go on iTunes and leave us a review. If you do, we'll be sure to read out your response on the show, and we'll mention you by name. So go do that. If you want to tweet at the show, and we also read out tweets to the show, but make sure to tag it hashtag the Macrocast and send those tweets to @MacroRecords. Go to our website, thisismacro.com. It's a hub for all things macro, and that's it. See you next week, everyone.
And now we have Reincarnation by Mark Rowan to play you out.
No, stop.